Welcome to RAAM Shadow, Gears of War 3 story DLC, and for what it's worth, it's pretty damn good in terms of what Epic could do with it. Let's check it out, shall we? The game takes 5 years before Gears 1, so don't expect Lambent nor Savage Locust yet, which is nice because I miss fighting the regular Locust. It also takes place in Alima City, one of the cities the Riftworm ate in Gears 2, so a nice throwback. Though I unsurprisingly can't tell the similarities, so if anyone knows, let me down in the comments. There are a couple characters that return, such as Kim and Ty, as well as new characters such as Alicia Valero, who is known for her broken hitbox, I guess. I already played this shit twice, and both times I just felt like she was just there, just to be there. So, I think she's just pretty boring. Go Barrick, the cigar-smoking badass who went out like a boss in the comics. So it's nice to have him as player 1. Speaking of smoking, I never really got the backlash on the no smoking thing shortly before Gears 5. Barrick was the only character that smoked on screen, and even then his cigar didn't even lit up, so was it really having an outrage over it? You also have a more skinnier version of Jace, and of course everyone in the bank left the black guy behind. Little did they know he'll live to see himself as an actor 30 years after the war ended. Nothing of significance happens on the COG side of things other than Jace becoming a gear and Kim's rivalry with RAAM, so the story is nothing more than just another assignment for Zeta Squad. The highlight of the DLC is, of course, RAAM himself, as the name implies. I'm most certainly pleased with how he turned out. Sewing the crew and people gets somewhat boring, but luckily with the short amount of time you get to play as him, he doesn't really overstay his welcome, so kudos to Epic for actually implementing him into the damn game. All you do is go around planting cedars in Alima City and defend the big dude with the hammer. That's all you do with him. I'm a little disappointed that he just slices their head off instead of stabbing them in the chest and just tossing them out, which looks way cooler, but maybe it's trying to tell us something. Something from the future, perhaps.
Cut off the head of the snake, and the body dies.
The general game plan for him is just to point and click at the COG soldiers and keep your distance from the guys with explosives and flame-based weaponry. I died roughly 3 or 4 times as I'm on Insane, so both ROM sections aren't too hard if you learn to take cover against those type of people. You're accompanied by a Theron who has a bayonet sawed-off and 2 Maulers that reflect shields from the bullets, which I wish the franchise could have done more with, if I'm being honest with myself. Think about it, a spin-off campaign primarily focused on the Locust would have been a perfect idea. They already did it for a small portion of the Gears 5 campaign, so if Halo 2 can do it, so can Gears 6. All we get from the Locust is literature such as Rise of RAAM and data collected from the COG. So seeing the Locust strategies in their perspective will be pretty damn cool, since RAAM Shadow shows what that can do. Outside of the RAAM bits, it plays exactly like your normal duck and cover Gears of War game. The DLC itself isn't that hard, up until chapter 4 and 5 where the difficulty spikes up like crazy on Insane. The Berserker boss fight is very similar to the Garden boss fight from Gears 1, except you don't have the Hammer of Dawn this time. Instead, you lure her into vehicles and shoot her while she's burning. I've always had a slight dislike towards regular Berserker boss fights, since there's almost no enjoyable strategy besides luring her into bullshit and unleashing the Hammer of Dawn. This one, however, is actually pretty decent, and that's a first for me. The Theron boss fight is more annoying than anything, as he just runs around with his sawed-off or torque bow. Just shoot him enough times while his crew isn't on him and he's dead. The RAAM boss fight is not as annoying as his Gears 1 version, but it still is quite annoying. It took me nearly 30 minutes to do his phase 2, since the AI is so fucking awful, and once the krill is on you, it's a guaranteed game over. I have no idea how to get the krill off me, and the times I did get it off, I didn't even know how it happened. For the asking price, 4.5 hours on Insane is not that bad, since again, it's barely $15, or any of you old school fans out there, 1,200 Microsoft points, so don't expect twice the amount of time like in a normal Gears of War game. Pretty damn decent. So I highly recommend you play it if you're an avid Gears of War fan. See you all later when you look at the black sheep of the franchise known as Gears of War Judgment. Or, I like to say, Gears of Sleeper Judgment.